Normal is boring. Don't let boring become normal. Why settle for standard when you can set all the standards? Stand up when others stand down. Bring the next step to where we stand now, and if you're asked to stand in, then stand out. Be the one that others want to stand round. Don't be chameleons when you can be Komodo dragons. You can't stay see-through forever. Learn that from Frodo Baggins. You can fit in with the rhythm till the toes are tapping or stop the music altogether. And then see what happens. Because not everybody loves change, but everybody sees it. Not everybody gets change, but everybody needs it. Just because it's comfortable, just because it's easy, we don't have to be like what we see on the TV. It takes bravery to behave very different. It takes courage to encourage something new. It's a hardy decision not to rest on your laurels, but once the work is put in, then that's where you see the proof. When you're younger, sticking out makes it harder at school. They teach that blending in enhances your chances of cool, yet the black sheep's the one that they ask for the wool, so I hit him with a yes sir. 3 bags full, you cannot make a difference if indifferent. We as dreamers need to put the if in different. You never get ahead if you step at a set pace, but if you give a little more, then that's when you expect change. A lot of dishes like to simmer with a similar pan, but there is going with the flow and there's giving a damn. You can't grab people's attention if you sit on your hands, and sometimes it takes a light bulb to switch up the plan. The ugly duckling realised something wasn't quite how it was built, and sitting on the fence is what got Humpty Dumpty killed. The chicken crossed the road because it got bored of facing the same, and throwing stones in glass houses is what breaks through the pain. You don't need to be loud to stand out from the crowd. You can be the one that people want to listen to. And if you have the audacity to make people listen, then you better make sure that you have something to say, because no amount of oil will ever change the system, but a spanner in the works might just make it brilliant. If you want to make it work, then try and make it different.
What do I love about what I do? Well, I think it's the most wonderful thing in the world to start with absolutely nothing and create an idea that has an entity, has a value, that can be shared by people. If you want to be a great creative person, you're constantly living with risk. Why? Well, what will happen to you if you're really, really good is you'll start doing some fabulous ideas, and then you suddenly find you have a reputation to lose. So how do you make sure that you don't just repeat what it is you've done before? You've got to constantly take risks. And I think great creative people are therefore fearless. In a way, you shouldn't ever have a creative slump. I don't think I've ever really had one. Not because I'm a genius, but because I used to read lots of stuff, not just all the things that other creative people are reading, but different things. And that way, you see things afresh. Please don't walk around with headphones on. You're cutting yourself off. Inspiration is everywhere. You've just got to see it. The first thing that you fundamentally need in advertising is enthusiasm. You've got to believe that every single one of those briefs you're answering is going to result in great work. I think the other thing is be good at one thing. The reason we put art directors and writers together is that you're putting different skills together and they spark off each other. Well, one of the things that you often get asked is, what kind of portfolio should I have? And well, the best portfolio is a portfolio that expresses what you feel or think. You know, I describe creativity as an expression of self. It's you. I want people around me who can tell the truth. This is who I am. Be truthful to yourself. You know, everybody has their own method for creating work. All I can tell you is what I love, and that's what should go into your work, what you love. At least you know one person in the world really loves it. And originality is one of those words that people bandy around and they say, oh, I've seen that before. But of course you've seen it before. Have you seen it like this? So freshness is what I talk about. That's fresh.
Making a difference. How do you measure it? Maybe like this? 110 million. That's how many people viewed this film about girl power. That's like everyone in the Philippines. 17,000. That's how many of these were sold in 1982. And that's how many were sold in 2016.
Vorsprung durch Technik.
Which is German for an absolute shit ton. 347,000. That's exactly how many extra flights were sold in January. January. Who has any money left in January? 2 million boxer shorts sold because of this, at a time when everyone wore Y-fronts. Guys hadn't even heard of boxer shorts. You're welcome. You could even measure difference with chicken. And if you did, you'd see $1 billion business grow into $1 billion business, which is still good. We've checked. 200 megabit broadband. No idea what that means, but it feels fast. 9.58 seconds fast. You can pretty much measure difference with anything. 4,000 spoons, 11,520 pens, 96 pencils, all the feels. Absolute zero f***s given. No more. All roads lead to the work. He said that. 80% idea, 80% execution. He said that. Terrible at maths. Great socks. You could even measure difference in, no, not that. Time. 35 years ago it all began, starting in one suitcase by 3 founders, now on 3 floors, between 4 walls, with a classy landlord. Pop in for a latte or a mocha or a kappa, whatever the vanilla, and a biscuit. There are 48 nationalities, some voices, 7 specialisms, and 2 nights. 6 countries conquered, and Milton Keynes. 360 degrees, 109 decibels, 1 shed on fire, 6 lessons learned, 136 complaints, 18 drafts of this bloody film, 4 rings, tyres, coffees, fingers licked, weekends not owed, guys laid, friends made. 52 babies' lives saved. A 12-month revival, 215 lions, the occasional turkey, 3 pigs, 10 beliefs, none of us is as good as all of us, 9 #1 singles, 9 #1 brands, including the world's #1 browser. The world's #1 browser. 1 take, 1 short, 1%, 1 World Cup, 1 big FU, 1 Victor, 1 black sheep. The power of difference to make a difference.
You go away for 1 semester and you forget how to use spell check? What? That should be a V.
I'm a believer in Justin Bieber.
Who is Justin?
Who is this boy?
Are you in love?
You in love? Does he love you?
He probably doesn't know I exist.
How could he not? You're gorgeous. He knows you if he's seen.
You have to assert your place in the relationship, honey.
It was time to launch the new season of the Netflix political thriller, House of Cards. But how do you get the world talking about a fictional president when real presidential candidates were making all the noise?
I don't know what I said.
I'm back!
I'm really rich.
The Republican showdown shattering records, 24 million Americans tuning in.
You start by hijacking the highest-rated political debate in American history.
A moment during a break in the Republican debate last night.
Yeah, a campaign ad snuck its way into the commercial lineup, and it was quite a surprise. Let's have a look.
It's a new day in America. Today, more people will go to work, return home to their families, and sleep more soundly than ever before. All because one man refuses to settle, putting people before politics and honesty before agendas. That man is Frank Underwood.
America, I'm only getting started. I'm Frank Underwood, and I approve this message.
FU 2016 instantly became the top trending topic during the Republican debate.
Now, there was a 30-second presidential commercial that ran last night.
One hopeful candidate proclaimed, it's a new day.
The fictional character is more popular than the real candidates.
And the real candidates should be grateful Frank Underwood can't get in the race, because the fake campaign he has going on is pretty awesome.
And it looks like we have a contender. It is clear who we need as our next president. Waiting for.
On Underwood's site, voters found a more revealing look into his campaign and could show their support by saying FU to any issue facing America today. Fans could even show support for the campaign with FU swag and visit his real campaign headquarters during the presidential primaries in South Carolina. And the campaign as a whole has received over 6.6 billion media impressions to date, all resulting in one of the most talked about launches in Netflix history.
Once in a while, something comes along that changes the way we live. A device so simple and intuitive, using it feels almost familiar. Introducing the 2015 IKEA catalog. It's not a digital book or an ebook. It's a book. The first thing to note is no cables, not even a power cable. The 2015 IKEA catalog comes fully charged, and the battery life is eternal. The interface is 7.5 by 8 inches, but can expand to 15 by 8 inches. The navigation is based on tactile touch technology that you can actually feel. Content comes pre-installed via 328 high-definition pages of inspiring and furnishing ideas. To start browsing, simply touch and drag. Right to left to move forwards, left to right to move backwards. Notice something else? That's right, no lag. Each crystal clear page loads instantaneously, no matter how fast you scroll. If you want to get a quick overview, just hold it in the palm of your hand and using just your thumb, speed browse the content. If you find something you want to save for later, you can simply bookmark it. And even if you close the application, you can easily find the bookmark again. Amazing. What about multiple users? For that, we've introduced a simple color coding system to avoid confusion. If you want to share a particularly inspiring item, you literally share it. Another special feature is password protection, which is voice activated. Excuse me, that's mine. At IKEA, we feel that technology this life enhancing should be in the hands of everyone. So the 2015 IKEA catalog is free. You can download one from your mailbox, the one you open with a key. If it's not there, try refresh the next day. Or you can upload yourself to the IKEA store and find one there. Experience the power of a book.
There's a strange, strange feeling in the atmosphere. Must be some kind of magic, some kind of magic in the air. Yeah.
Smooth vanilla ice cream and thick Belgian chocolate. Magnum Brown is in.
想你的呼吸。
新晋无糖口香糖，双层薄荷有多劲？不是不知道，真的很 Mentos。